Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of August 16th through the 23rd. This week, we've got to talk about more free items as per usual. We've got the secret on the website. I'll show you guys where that is. The Dog Days event stuff that's happening this weekend. We have the Twitch drops. If you guys like more free stuff, at the top of my Twitch channel, you'll find a link where all the drops are going to happen for this week. I do that every single week, so make sure you follow over on Twitch. This week, you find out where the free items are always going to be every single week. We've got the Prime Resurgences, all the usual stuff. Let's get into all the fun Warframe stuff this week. First and foremost, we've got Bird 3 with his shiny treasures. This week, he has an Amber Archon Shard. Deep Archimedea is an Alchemy Extermination and an Assassination. Temporal Archimedea is a Hellscrub Scaldra, Defense, and Legasite Harvest. The current quota weapons for the next 3 days are the Boss Assist, 26.9% Magnetic, Buwanico, 42.2% Magnetic, Cost Assist, 26.2% Radiation, the Haruto, 31.7% Impact, the Path Assist, 41.7% Radiation, the Synapse, 60% Electricity. That is completely maxed out. If you don't own one of these, that's perfect. Go and grab that. We also have the Tysis, 44.6% Heat. The 1999 calendar rewards, we are looking at 6,000 Kuva versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter. Then we have 2,000 Kuva versus a Melee Arcane Adapter. Then we are looking at Arcane versus Secondary Arcane Adapter. Then an Amber Archon Shard versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter. And then we have a Primary Arcane Adapter versus an Arcane. Lastly, a Double Arcane versus a 3-day Resource Drop Chance Booster. Descendia Steel Path this week, we are looking at an Amp Arcane Adapter, a Primary Debilitate, a Czar Riven mod, whatever this arcane is that they always covering the name. Love it if you fix that. 25 times Steel Essence, 3 times Arcane Concentration, and the final reward is an Orokin Catalyst Blueprint. If we check out what's happening for the normal Descendia this week, our final reward is a Forma Blueprint. Prime Resurgence currently for the next 17 days and 17 hours is a Revenant and Baruuk Prime and the weapons that came along with them. If you guys come up here to Seasonal, you go to Seasonal right here, Featured Seasonal, and we look at this screen right here, we can see there's a whole bunch of seasonal things that are back now. All of these, unfortunately, are going to cost plat, except this little glyph right here, this Dog Days glyph for 1 credit, which is practically free. It's basically a free glyph. Now, if you jump over to the Warframe website and you go to the top where it says What's New, come down to Nightwave and click on that. That's going to take you to this little secret here where you can get a free little item. You're going to scroll down to the point where you see click to roll. You're going to roll this, and you can do this multiple times. It does the same thing. However, limit 1 per account. So you're only going to get, you could do this as many times as you want. You're only going to get 1 decoration, and the decoration looks like this. Fables and Frontiers Dice Set Decoration. That is the freebie that you guys can get for jumping on the website right now. Now, currently, there is another 14 hours and 49 minutes left, probably about 15 hours by the time you see this, if you got your notifications turned on. Probably about 14 hours left of the Event Affinity Booster that's happening right now. We also have Dog Days with another 22 days and 14 hours left. These are the missions that if you guys didn't do them, you could do these for these extra glyphs right here, plus Nakak Pearls, and it tells you how many. Also, I believe there's yeah, here we go. And then there's another, you could do an Exterminate here, which is going to be for another 14 hours and 48 minutes, or 175 pearls and 50,000 credits. Now, every weekend, they're going to be giving us another mission to do, which is going to be worth 175 pearls. So just keep your eyes out on this every weekend. We also want to do the weekly Iatan treasure hunt with Maru. For that, we have the Steel Path Incursions, or Sabotage, Survival, Defense, Hive, Follies, Hunt, and Survival. We check out the Incursions currently. We have a Sheev Blueprint versus a Dara Vandal Stock. We also have the sortie this week, which is today, which is a Spy, Survival, and Assassination. And this week's Archon Hunt is against Damar for a Crimson Archon Shard. We'll have to do an Exterminate, an Excavation, and a Showdown. If we check out Nightwave and see what Amir's got going on, this is the first week that this Nightwave is here, so if you missed it or you haven't seen it, you haven't missed it, it's brand new. These are all of the rewards, all the new ones, and they're pretty colorful, they're nice. I like this a lot. If you guys haven't seen this one right here. It's like you're calling a doggy over. Love this emote, actually. It's really cool. We have, you know, an ephemera right here, a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, you guys can go through this on your own, but all the new Nightwave stuff is in. And this week, we have the usual permanent weeklies, plus we have eliminate or capture an Eidolon Hydralist. We have activate an incarnate form of any incarnate weapon in mission 5 times. Then we have complete 3 bounties in the Plains of Eidolon, collect 100 resources from Deviri, and today's daily is pick up 8 mods. If we check out the credit offerings, currently we are looking at, oh my god, that's so many mods to read off. All right, let's do this. No pain, no gain. We got Dreamer's Bond, Enemy Radar, Enemy Energy Siphon, Rejuvenation, Steel Charge, Pistol Scavenger, Rifle Scavenger, Rifle Lamp, Shotgun Scavengers, Sniper Scavenger, Physique, Corrosive Projection, Shield Disruption, Infested Impotence, Holster Amp, Sprint Boost, Deadeye, Loot Detector, EMP Aura. Do you guys appreciate me suffering through reading all of this, or should I just every time go, here, looky here, and then just show it really quick? What would you tell me in the comments what you would prefer? And then we have Rumbled, Prism Guard, Purifying Flames, Power of 3, Deceptive Bond, Singularity, Recharge Barrier, Purging Slash. And then, yeah, we have more. Shrapnel Rounds, Photon Overcharge, Leaded Gas, Dizzying Rounds, Spring-Loaded Broadhead, Exposing Harpoon. You know what? I'm going to decide from now on, regardless of, I mean, unless there's an overwhelming vote of it in the comments, I'm going to decide that from now on, I'm just reading the ones that are worth platinum, like easy platinum. Steel Pass Circuit this week, we're looking at incarnate adapters for the Dara, Sestra, Ukina, Sybaris, and Sicarus. And if you have those already, you can scroll over, get a rifle, pistol, melee Riven, or a 20,000 Kuva. For the normal circuit this week, we have options for Ivara, Inaros, and Titania. Checking out Akrithis and what she brought this week, we are looking at Akimbo Slipshot, Secondary Arcane Adapter, an Exilus Warframe Adapter, Companion Weapon Riven, a Forma Blueprint, and 5,000 Kuva. Checking out Teshin and Steel Path Honors, this week we're looking at a Veiled Riven Cipher and a Zaw Riven Mod. And checking out this Numbnuts this week, he's got a Tenant Ferox, 60% heat. What is going on this week? Grab this if you don't have that already. That is completely maxed out. A 51.1% magnetic Grigori. Then we have Olivia, 34.2% radiation, an Exec, 33.3% heat, and an Agendus, 52.1% radiation. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping Rivens and selling Warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of Warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedea and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you can travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.